because I don't know what's going to happen, and it's just going to come right out. I'm just going to be like, I'm talking right now. Maybe I'm singing a song, and Ian's going to be like, you're live, and I'm going to be like, oh, hello, good morning.
Dallas. You're live.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Hello, and welcome to Atomic Mass Transmissions Live, the most professional painting channel ever created by man. That's just true, right? We're just the most professional.
Womp womp womp.
Gotcha. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, and welcome to Atomic Mass Transmissions Live. Today we're painting up Crossbones. He doesn't play the trombone because he's the Crossbones. He sometimes has a home, probably. He hangs out with Sin. He's really dope. He's one of my favorite characters, especially the one in the core box, the first core box. Not the new core box. This is the new core box. He's got a blaster rifle. It's dope. We're just super excited to start painting the new Earth's Mightiest core set. It's going to be super exciting. We'll probably be seeing several of these over the next couple months, maybe. Like wink, wink, right? Yeah, again, a thumbs up. We're going to paint some flesh tones. It's an always important lesson to learn and go back and retread. We're going to be painting 2 or 3 different variations of the color black, shirt, jeans in quotation marks, and the blaster rifle itself. And then hopefully by the end of it, we'll put some sick glow effects on that blaster to make it more sci-tech. And the XB... Josh doesn't know how it work today. What's the card called? What's the blaster called on the card? It's XB15N or something. It stands for Crossbones and Sin. It's fun. Shall we kick it to the minicam? Is everybody in here? I need some more chats. Whoop, whoop. We're just going to get started on some skin. I got so much to do today. I got so much to paint. We're just going to get stuck right in. We're going to get partying. I'm going to put I got a couple different flesh tones. That's way too red. That was a mistake on my part. Got some browns, got some flesh tones. Let's put like the tiny...
Hallowed says hello there. So they're awake.
Hello there. They're awake now because we're having fun painting miniatures. Bam's Jungle, currently building core set. This is my first time building and painting miniatures. I hope you're enjoying it. Welcome to the world and lifestyle of hobby miniatures. It's a unique experience. It's something I love. And, you don't have to love it, but hopefully you enjoy it because you're participating. Who knows? Any tips for an absolute beginner? Learn to love the fail. Yeah, I said it. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to goof them up. You're going to do what I call boffing it. And that's okay. It's not a race to the end. You're not in a competition to be the best miniature painter in the world. You're just starting out. You just got to get comfortable doing it, getting the reps in, as they say in calisthenics class. Practice. Take your time. Fall in love with the process. Oh, we're just going to get all philosophical today now. Thanks. Thank you, Bams. Because, I love talking about this stuff. And it's great because we're talking about, we're painting up the Crossbones from the new Earth's Mightiest core set, which is designed for an updated and more accurate entry point into Marvel Crisis Protocol. So this will become many people's first foray into miniatures games. And I think that's an important thing, right? Is the miniatures hobby community is always growing and, adding new people coming from board games, like Catan and stuff like that, discovering miniatures and this little hobby that people participate in. It's such a rewarding hobby, even though it has challenges, but every good hobby has challenges, Sometimes you're like, oh, I can't paint that eye. That's okay. So it's such a wonderful little hobby to learn how to fall in love with process and learn about how you express yourself as a painter. And it's wonderful time to spend with family. My kid, when he was young, would paint with me. Not so much now. He's older and going to college, so no time to come over and build miniatures with Pops anymore. But it was a great little hobby for a family to try. And I do recommend you never look and compare yourself to what other people do. Compare yourself to the last miniature you painted. It's super important that you travel your path to growth and that you're marking your success. I've been doing this for 35 years, 36 years, 37 years, something like that. So I've got years on you, and I've been doing it for a long time. So, look for inspiration, aspiration, and that sort of thing. But you don't necessarily got to be like, well, Dow's painting it like that, and I can't paint like that. I'm no good. I'm just gonna. Worst thing you can ever tell a painter online, Ann. Are you ready? You know what breaks a painter's heart?
Tell me.
It's a very common quote, and I feel a little bad because somebody in chat's gonna be like, I said that once, but I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I'm being honest. I'm being pure from the heart here. When somebody posts something and it's really, really good, right? And the response, I know it's supposed to be cheeky, but it doesn't come off that way, is I guess I'm done with miniature painting. I'm just gonna throw my brushes away. I give up. Like it's honestly, even as a joke, it's not, it's heartbreaking to think that quite possibly you might deter somebody, because the goal is to inspire and to be able to reach out and be like, well, I can help you learn how to do this, right? Mm-hmm. Like, we all have the capability, we all have the possibility within us. The human potential is unbound, mm-hmm. right? So it always breaks my heart when somebody says something like that. It hurts.
It stands out to me also because it's not only are you cutting yourself from like the opportunity to invest at getting better at something, mm-hmm. but it's also hard to hear that when you're the painter posting it, because you think about all those times you were frustrated and like what would have happened if you had put down the brush.
Yeah, what if I gave up? What if I gave up when I was 22 years old? What if I had given up? Yeah. I don't want to deny myself opportunity to help or grow. Growth is one of the most vital things humans can do, adapt and overcome. And, you should never think that you're done growing, no matter how old you are, right? Like,
totally.
You should never think that what you are is the best version of yourself. I'm not asking somebody to compromise, but elevating oneself should be the goal. Like looking at, what have I thought wrong? What have I done wrong? And even like painting, right? Doing something for 20 years. I've been doing this for 20 years. Well, doing something for 20 years doesn't mean anything if you haven't asked yourself, well, what have I done wrong and what have I done right? What are my preconceived notions of the process that are incorrect or correct but could be improved upon? Because that's just a better version of you, and we should all be trying to be the better version of us.
Training a person's mind out of competition and comparison, which is just kind of like pretty natural for people to fall into that habit, especially in the age of social media. Whether we're talking about miniatures or not, it's really easy to compare compare yourself to what inspires you. And I often have to train myself to say, instead of, man, I wish I could do that, or I guess I should just give up now, to instead pick something about that miniature and say, I love the way you did X. How did you learn how to do that?
Yeah, I'm gonna cuss right now. I'm gonna cuss.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna cuss.
Uh-oh.
It's no F-bomb. I'm not a Will Schick. Come on.
Will Schick in here.
When I see somebody that does something amazing, my initial reaction, there was a time, right? You were like, oh man, I can't do that. And that's bull. But now my reaction is, that is badass. That person has done something. That person has pushed and grown. That person has thought and achieved and done something. And I want to know how, not necessarily to replicate it, but maybe to understand it, then we'll then create like a reference point for my own path, right? I've taken classes with amazing miniature painters that are way better than me. And I look at the technique and I'm like, okay, I get why you're doing the technique. And that works very, very well for you. I'm going to adapt that. I'm going to take that and I'm going to apply it to my technique. And the philosophy is there. And then that makes me a better painter in a different way. It makes mine stand apart and learn from them. And I think that's very important to be open to those things. I plan to post side-by-side comparisons for each character to show how far I've come since the original course. Beautiful idea. Everybody needs watermarks. You need those watermarks. I used to live near a river, and you got those high watermarks. You know that in 1983, that flood hit that point because they put a stick there to show how high that water got. New core set sculpts are great. Give my kudos to the whole team and work on them. Kudos to the team, Jimmy DeHaan says.
Received, and we will give them.
Oh, yeah. 100%. We will tell the entire team. One Jimmy DeHaan said, "You are dope, team." And the team will be like, "Oh, thanks." And then they'll make something even more dope because that's what they do is they go, "Oh, this was dope." And then we go, "Well, yeah, but is it that dope?" And then we're like, "Well, it's pretty dope, but it could be more dope." And then we make something more dope. And then you see it 2 years later. Like that's just the way it works.
Dallas, we have a visitor.
I hear him. He doesn't have to
could you
say
sense him?
anything. I just sense him. That's not rude. That's familiarity. It's familiarity. We are bound and connected.
This is a very generic Crossbones you're painting.
What the hell?
Wow.
Look.
Should I leave? I feel...
I've got 2 colors on him. You can't claim generic now.
He's black and he's, skinny. That's it.
I'm done with this.
I'm just saying.
What are you talking
I
about?
thought I was going to come in here and be inspired, but instead...
Didn't you have lunch? Why are you being hangry?
Yeah. Okay, first off, he's always hangry, even after he eats. This is a natural state of sassiness.
I just thought, a creative director would show some creativity. And
Wow.
Here we are.
Wow.
Just showing the basics.
Yeah, I'm doing skin tones right now. I'm doing a dark skin tone. Not dark, but we're tanning him up, making it ruddy. We added a little red to the base color. Now we're adding a little green to the base color. Red and green make brown. A little bit of green in your flesh tones makes them feel more alive. And should I do like red crossbones and mask?
No, I want you to just continue on this track. I want you to finish out a standard Crossbones.
Look.
Because that's what your heart desires.
Crossbones doesn't need to be flashy to beat ass.
Well, that's your second one, hun.
Yeah, I cussed twice now.
But he said not like Will Schick.
That's true. Really, it's Simone Elliott that you have to watch out for these days.
That's what I've heard.
I've really reined in the potty mouth.
I've never dropped an F-bomb.
Well,
I will say badass.
What are you gonna make his skull cap? You didn't paint the skull cap black.
I've done nothing. I just started.
to catch you
His
up.
pants are black.
Well,
No, they're not. They're a
jeans
little
now.
bit of blue.
They look like denim.
Right now, they're a little denimed.
So first you want
I'm just
to
asking
draw
questions.
away
Just-
from the traditional.
Just asking questions.
And now you're questioning
Yeah.
the choices.
This is what I do. This is Dallas Kemp's job live.
Welcome to the office, everybody.
There's a lot of why did you make that choice?
Because I'm not good at it. That's why. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm making it up every second of the day.
Mr. Rich says that they love the art backdrops in the Shatterpoint core box and enjoyed that experience.
Oh, yeah. Those were super cool, right?
We do have some Crisis Protocol themed ones, but I don't think those are in the box.
They're not in the box. They are going to be print. Can I say why they're not in the box?
I don't know.
I don't
'cause
know.
they don't fit.
They don't fit.
They don't fit. Yeah, they were gonna go in the box and they don't fit.
We
The
put
box was
so
too
much in the
full.
box. We put so much in the box, they just don't fit. 2 pieces of cardboard. It's so packed. It's stuffed with, what's the word I want to use? Value.
Value?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, it's not packed
I
with.
thought you were gonna say Marvelocity.
It's Marvelocity. We got Marvelocity up in here. Black and I want blue. I think I want him to wear jeans. So black and blue. I need
Is this Cowboy Crossbones?
Yeah, Cowboy Crossbones.
All right. All right. I'm
He's-
in. I
he's
can't
a
wait to come
yippee-
back and see what you've done.
He's a yippee ki yay kind of guy.
I would agree.
It's criminal how good Crossbones looks. The Syndicate at AMG is doing a great job. The Syndicate. That's the wrong color blue. I need a little bit deeper blue. You know what? I'll mix it up. I'll do a mix. A little bit of this. Yeah, watching videos, watching the streams, asking questions. That's how you get better. That's how you get better. And he left. He did.
He did.
That's just the way he works.
And just as soon as he had arrived, he had vanished like the fine morning mist.
Just blasting away.
Opinions lashing in the wind behind him.
What color blue is that? I am making it up. I just grabbed a random blue and then I said nope. And now I'm making a new blue. So I put a little red in it, which makes it a little on the purple side. We're just going to use that as like a slight
Well, you
shadow.
know I love that.
Yeah, a little slight shadow to the blue is always good. I am not confirming any affiliations, so I've not been given those privileges. At all. I know he's dope. I played Crossbones the other day. I played OG Crossbones the other day in a list that actually I'll be sharing that list in a couple months because we got a hobby blog coming up that we're working on, and it's gonna feature my list. But I played the OG Crossbones the other day, and MVP, every time I play Crossbones, MVP. Every single time. Never fail. MVP. Turn 2, Crossbones is on the other side of the board on an objective and just beating the brakes off Cable. Just terrorizing the battlefield. I didn't look at the name of the blue. I have no idea. I just grab paints. I paint with my emotions. Paint with jazz. We try to teach people how to paint, not what to paint. So it all depends on what you kind of like for the colors. I definitely recommend just picking colors that you like for the characters you want to paint. A little black wash here. Whoop. I used a desaturated blue. The reason I used a desaturated blue because I'm trying to emulate sort of a dark jean color. Jeans tend to be a little on the desaturated side. It's not a poppy blue like you'd see on Spider-Man or Captain America. Something a little grimmer, right? Something a little darker and slightly dingy, one might say. Should we do his fancy belt black? I think so. I think fancy belt black. Oh, I do love Dark Dimension a whole lot. I use OG Crossbones in Dark Dimension frequently. I mean, have you seen the art for Dark Restoration? Little black wash, we're going to pick it out, we're going to shade it a little later. We still got to finish the flesh tones, because they're not quite done. Gotta go a little darker. He has all the pouches. OG Crossbones has way more. Oh, he's super good in Dark Dimension. I love him in Dark Dimension. Let's put a little black with our blue-red color. Makes a rich gray. Start shadowing. Yeah, I absolutely love Dark Dimension playing them. Sometimes things are just playstyle fits, right? You might try something, you might, oh, I don't get it, I don't like it, it's bad. And like somebody else might pick it up and be like, it just works for them. It's playstyle. It's not a arbitrary, this is good, this is bad. Like sometimes it's just real simply just not your style. And Dark Dimension definitely fits my style. I like the way it plays. Not like the way Crossbones plays into it. I think I said crossbows. Little shade on the jeans. This is like Brock Rumlow is on the, it's like Saturday. He's like, I feel like wearing my tactical pants. Just gonna throw on a pair of jeans and head on down to the grocery store. Pick up something yummy, and then something happens. Something goes amiss. And he's like, time to crack heads. Pew, pew, pew. So I'm using that second brush to kind of blend out. Lets a little, like it peels the paint over top of the midtone. Creates like a transition. Nice blend effect. It's wonderful, wonderful. Do a wash on the black.
Dang, Dallas, this is coming together real fast.
It's black.
I know.
It's really
Is that
easy.
the secret? Paint
everything
themed
black.
minis? My goodness.
We're gonna do some washes. Brendan did the studio miniatures for the new core, and he threw a little blue power glow. And did my tummy gurgle? Sorry. He threw a little blue power glow on the blaster, and I think we're going to emulate the same thing we need the wash on here really bad so that can dry, and then we can do the shading and highlight over the wash. I let the wash be a little thin, and I put like a little acrylic medium in it. This lets it kind of pull from the upper surfaces and settle in the recesses a little more. Creates like a sort of fake transition, or like an easy to achieve transition. And then you can go back and shade and highlight to accentuate that transition. Makes for some very fast painting. Straps, because he's got straps. Ask me questions. I'm just painting. I can talk too.
So you said earlier that this was your personal favorite from the original core set?
I love Crossbones. Yeah. I absolutely love Crossbones.
Do you have a personal favorite from Earth's Mightiest?
I mean, that Doc Ock is just so, like, just so cool from a design perspective. When we did the first Doc Ock, we talked about getting his tentacles up, and we were still new in learning the material of hard plastic, and so we didn't get too crazy, a little conservative, and then we made the Rivals Doc Ock, and really pushed and tried, and we're like, okay, we learned all these experiences from working with hard plastic. We know what we can and can't do. Well, we knew more of what we can and can't do. Never be done learning, never be done pushing and growing and developing, as we spoke earlier. So we got that Rivals one done, and it was like, this is really good. How do you make it better? Like, can you even make a better Doc Ock than Rivals Doc Ock? And turns out the answer was, yes, in a different way. I think they're different, right? There's no better. I don't like things being just arbitrarily, this is the best. Things can be the best for different reasons, so things can be equally the best. I think they achieve different things. I think that's interesting. But being able to push that Doc Ock to like new levels of just holy cow was super exciting. Do you have an answer for Jimmy? I don't have that answer.
I can tell you that it is estimated to be out October 13th.
Oh.
Because I found out that it was Friday the 13th, and that's how I remembered it. But yeah, it's estimated to be out then. You can always look at the Asmodee shop. They will list the estimated shipping date for things and change them as things change if they do. But that's always a good first place to look to see if something's already out for pre-order. There's already an estimated date, and it's always there.
There you go, Jimmy. Take that information for what you will. He's not done. He's far from done. We haven't even highlighted him. We haven't explored different ways to paint black. I still got 30 minutes. Like, you know how much I can do in 30 minutes? Rude. We got like 3 different blacks to explore on this. Maybe 4.
Now you're just getting crazy.
I'm out of control. I'm going to say it. I'm out of control. My sin, if you've been watching for a long time, how long have you been watching the streams? Tell me out there. If you caught, I painted my sin a long time ago on stream. I did a Hydra Kraken face paint tattoo on her. So she has like a red face tattoo that goes down and around her back into the Hydra tentacles. Or her face is a skull, like a skull. And then she has the tentacles wrapping around her body as tattoos. So I think doing a red Crossbones is super appropriate here. First video I remember watching were for Guardians. So long ago. I need a.
It's actually pretty crazy. It is about a year since I joined the team, and I can still remember almost every stream that we've done, and it seems like not that many, even though it's like a whole year of them.
You know how many things I painted in a year?
Oh yeah. That doesn't even count what you're painting at home, let alone what you're painting in the office.
Maybe in January I will dig out my entire collection and take a picture for you. Of
Honestly,
everything
I hope you will. That's content. A year's worth of painting?
No, I mean everything I painted.
Oh, everything?
Like 5 years worth of painting.
I'm in.
How many characters for Marvel Crisis Protocol have I painted? Do I currently have painted at home on my desk? Everybody can take a guess. Well, they're not on my desk, actually.
Is the guess all? Is it all characters?
It's not.
It's not.
No.
Are you willing to discuss who isn't on that list and whether you're planning to paint and play them? Or?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think that's fine. Over under on how many Millions Dallas paints in a year? A lot. Over under how many duplicate characters do I have painted?
Oh, that's I will say, just for the benefit of chat, that's a pretty unique scenario that we often find ourselves in, because especially Dallas, I mean, you can speak to this, but you are painting things for, you always talk about the destiny of the miniature, and you are sometimes painting multiple versions of something for various destinies. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah.
I don't mean to talk out of school.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay, first off, Jimmy, is this where we find out Dallas hates, why would you think I hate X-Men? More than all the characters, because they have doubles a lot. I even have triples of some. I can talk about my X-Men comic collection, right? I own X-Men 126, I think, 125, straight through to 350. Every comic.
Wow.
The whole thing. I have a 9.8 graded first appearance of Gambit. Oh wait, no, it's a 9.8 or 9.6. I got a massive collection of X-Men. I painted every Marvel Crisis Protocol character except, and I do plan on painting them, because they started and then I get very busy and have other things to do, except Ursa Major, Darkstar, Crimson Dynamo, Bully Cap, Baron Strucker.
We'll get to work, Dallas.
think there's
we don't
one
have
more.
all day. No.
I got distracted with other paintings.
No, that's
But
That's pretty
I
impressive.
will paint them all, everything. I have multiple Wolverines, multiple Rogues, multiple Deadpools.
And was that just because you wanted to go back and redo it, or do a different version like that you had in mind?
So, I am an old school miniature painter, and like sometimes you need your miniature to look like your squad. So I need
Oh, sure.
I need Wolverine in a brown and yellow costume, and then I need Wolverine in the blue and yellow costume, and then I need Wolverine in a black and white costume. Because if I'm playing X-Force, all my X-Force are painted in black and white. And if I'm playing X-Men Gold, right, I need the gold and blue. But then like sometimes I just want to splash Wolverine, so I need that brown
Uh-huh.
and mustard costume, right? And I have plans for like 2 more Wolverines.
I love that for you.
Because like you paint the character to match the squad.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And then if you're like, well, now I need this character in this other squad. Well, I need to match that squad now. That's just the way I do. Little highlights. Make the muscles pop. Make the muscles pop.
Highlights or creatine, you decide.
He's shredded like wheat. All right, we're going to do a couple of different blacks now. So the first black I want to do is on the blaster. I'm going to use like a sort of a khaki color. We'll put the tiniest little touch of black in there. So this khaki color, you know what? No, this will be for the shirt. Currently all my Wolverines have masks on. So I'm going to follow the natural highlights from my wash. I'm going to use this bone color to do little scritches. The reason it's a bone color, because he's Crossbones. So I want to use like a little khaki to like kind of bring that bone color in there. It's a warmer tone. We're going to use this on the gloves as well. These are just little scritches and little lines to kind of create some highlight. They don't got to be perfect. There you go. Wolverine is mask on. Logan is clearly Stetson on. We had a plan where both Schick and I were going to paint Logan, and he built it with the Stetson, and then I was like, well, I'm just going to be different. I'm going to do the not Stetson. And then immediately I was just like, why did I do that? I should have put the hat on. I'm a Stetson on person. It's not for everybody. Scratch, 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 scratch. These are not perfect. They don't gotta be. They don't gotta be. I have a whole diorama in my head for Wolverine 2, and I've not gotten around to doing that.
Well, is that potentially something you might want to do as a example entry for the Worthy this year?
An example entry for the Worthy, like we did last year?
I don't know. Is that a thing?
Only if
maybe?
people want it. Only if people want it.
People, you gotta tell them you want it.
I mean, we're asking the question now. Did people enjoy the lead up to the worthy? And would you like more of that? I mean, I enjoyed it.
That's my secret, is that this is the greatest part of my job, is I just get to come in and learn cool things from cool people. And it sounds like several folks in chat are saying, do it.
Do it. I mean, it's easy whenever you already want to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, now we did a light blue mixed with black, and we're doing highlights on the blaster. The light blue makes it a colder black. It's going to make it contrast against that warm black that we just used on the shirt. Because now you have warm and cold next to one another. That creates contrast. Contrast is everything. There's multiple types of contrast. There's hot, cold. There's rough and soft. There's light and dark. There's saturated, desaturated. There's flat and gloss. Like, there's so many ways to create contrast. The more ways you can create contrast on miniature, the better, because you really want to create contrast, because that's how the eye reads what the elements are that you're painting. So being able to harness the power of contrast in all of its myriad forms can lead to like some great success in miniature painting. Yeah, I have a really fun Wolverine diorama in my mind. So maybe we'll do that. It's a really good one. I don't think Anne is ready for my request though.
Oh, I'm always ready.
Like, I'm gonna need a ton of miniatures.
Okay.
Does the design have the crossbones on the torso? Yes. You can see it. It's right there. See it? Let's add a little white to this color. Just pure white. Sort of a non-metallic metal. We're just barely putting reflections on there.
It is pretty amazing. I'm going to flip over to the palette, because seeing that all of these colors are what has gone into giving this the variation is a pretty amazing comparison.
Yeah, we're just using a lot of colors mixed in black to create variation and create that contrast. We just want to give some life and texture to our elements. Let them read good. I would need to learn some things so I can make a Hulk 181 and 182 diorama. Yeah, that'd be perfect. Oh, that's the wrong color. Whoops. A little more highlight on the cloth. I want to keep these soft, not hard, because it's cloth. Adding a little white to our khaki. It brings out that boniness of the black that we're doing here. His little ears. A little highlight on this side, just to give it definition. Fingertips, knuckles. A little punch on the red here. A little yellow, orange and yellow mixed in. Sometimes you just gotta lay your hand on the miniature. It's just inevitable. Just inevitable. I would do all this on the straps as well. I think we'd pick like this jean blue, this blue jean blue. Little white, little black. And I want it to be mostly gray, just a little touch of blue in there. Do the same thing, sort of highlight and accentuate the highlights that the wash created. Upper edges of straps, and then I like doing like little horizontal or vertical little scritch lines to show like some wear and tear on it. Keeping it real simple. Yeah, I think that, so the original, we kind of like look at design and think about how we want to present stuff. And the original was definitely like, kind of like our, if Crossbones was played by Butterbean almost, the boxer. So he's kind of just built like a big slab. This is a little more of some other comic runs where he's a little leaner and meaner. Still super mean, right? It's Crossbones. He's not nice. So let's put some. So this is technically a grip. That's what Brendan painted as glow. I'm going to put glow in these little holes. You can kind of do whatever you want. The fun thing about miniatures, like just painting things different can make them be different. It doesn't matter what's sculpted. I'm not even going to try to get in there. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. No one's going to see it. No one's going to care. Oops. We make a mistake. I use my second brush. Clean it up. I got a little black on that strap, but that doesn't matter. We'll clean it up with some, or I got some red on that black strap. Doesn't matter. We'll clean it up with some black. That way you can sort of see that red. Red Bones. Built like a prize. Yep, built like a prize fighter. Literally, we just kept talking about like when the first Crossbones was being sculpted. I was just like, it's Butterbean. This is Butterbean, and it's amazing. Just clocking fools with giant fists, haymakers all day. Don't really like that. Pull back on that, just a scooch. Maybe it's casting a little glow there. There we go. A little highlight on the pants. We'll put a little that jean color and a little light blue. Grab that together. So much torso blocking the light from his legs.
Well, we're within 7 minutes of striking distance at the end of the stream.
What?
So I just thought I'd say something. Because
What is
now
happening?
is the time for chat to ask you any and all, worthy questions.
Yeah, ask me
'Cause
questions.
we're about to start getting amped for the Path of the Worthy. Folks should definitely tune in to Mini Stravaganza, which is going to happen September 13th through 16th. 14th through 16th?
14 through 16,
I
yeah.
add another day, which is not real. 14th through 16th, which, there will definitely be more more worthy conversation then, but you can get a head start here. For folks who don't know what the Path of the Worthy is, Dallas, do you want to tell them?
Path of the Worthy is a miniature painting competition for Marvel Crisis Protocol. We have 3 categories. We got single, dual, and group. And we have devised our painting competition as a way not just to compete with other people. That's like part of it, of course. Because we want to see all the beautiful paint jobs and we want to really celebrate the artistry of miniatures. But really it's about learning yourself and pushing yourself. So the very first level of the Worthy is more about competing with yourself. So maybe the first year you get a bronze and then you get some feedback. You come up and you talk to the judges. We have judges picked already. Which we'll be talking about very soon. And you go, hey, I got a bronze. Can you give me some advice on how I can get into that sweet silver? And then we will provide feedback on how to do that. And then maybe you get a silver next year. Maybe you don't. I didn't go bronze, silver, gold when I was competing. I went bronze, silver, gold, if I remember my path correctly. So it's about developing oneself and pushing. Once you get golds, then that's when it's like, okay, well, I gotta look at all the golds and I gotta pick one because they're getting a dope Odin trophy that everyone should be super excited to get their hands on. If you haven't seen it, I'm sure we'll be posting some pictures of that again. Just a gorgeous trophy, and I never get to win one.
What do you think, if you could give a piece of advice to folks who are either coming back or it's their first time, aside from just coming and being a part of it, but a way to think about, the destiny of these pieces as being for the competition, as opposed to what you put on your table? How do you sort of break that down for folks?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you want to think about it. How are you presenting art? Not, I painted this in 30 minutes because I want to get it on the table and it looks cool. That's cool. That's their destiny. That's the destiny of that miniature. But that's not a competition piece. So if you're feeling like you want to get a gold, you probably need to spend some time. You want to think about composition. You want to think about philosophy and all that stuff to get that on there. Not just I painted this for fun. You're choosing the destiny of the miniature, and you got to appropriately put in the time around it for that. So think about the composition. Think about the story. All those things super matter to us when we're judging. Super important to the way we look at the miniature in its final form when we're looking at all those golds, right? If you feel you have done a lot, and you're just like, I put 100 hours in this miniature. Remember, somebody out there just put 300 in. So make sure what you do is what you really want to show. It is at the end of the day, that final step is an art competition. But the initial parts of it is for anybody to participate, to push and elevate their individual skills and to see, where they are at on their hobby path, because that's just as important. Even more so maybe in some regards, right?
So for those who are trying for bronze, like Striker here, what sets apart a bronze from a silver from a gold?
Bronze is about potential in my eyes. Like you got clean painting. You're telling us a bit of a story. Maybe your composition's not perfect, but you got potential. You're doing more than tabletop. A silver is like one of those, like, you just need to put in the hours now, right? Like, you got to put in the hours. You got to push and grow. Golds are like, these are exemplars of miniature painting. They tell a cohesive story. They have a cohesive paint application across the piece. That's not to say you can paint something like kind of sloppily and get away with it. Like it's the intent, like seeing the artistic intent around each application needs to be presented properly. And at gold level, you're really splitting hairs on what's the best. Well, ink. Turquoise inks. I like turquoise inks when I'm making blue glow. Why'd I go with blue glow? Because his mask is red. Not bad, not bad. He's got more work to be done, but all in all, not bad for an hour. Definitely needs more touch-ups. I know we're getting close. Oh yeah, it's 2 o'clock. Definitely getting close. Got some cleanup to do. Got some eyes to paint. Got a little tightening of the glow. Maybe he needs a tattoo that says sin. Yes? No? Maybe?
Either that or, just a heart that says me in traditional style.
This is mean?
Me.
Oh,
like,
me.
Instead of mom.
Oh, I thought I said, I like mean too, right? Like, I'm mean.
Sure.
I'm a lot of things, but I ain't nice. Little tiny bright highlights. Woo! That's what makes it look good. All right, I know it's 2 o'clock, so we gotta wrap it up. We gotta wrap it up, kids. Seems like a barber. I do like the idea
You
of a
only
barber.
have to wrap it up if the people out there want more miniatures or mini extravaganza to happen. If
I
they
mean-
don't want those things,
Yeah, I do need to go make more miniatures.
yeah.
That's
If they don't want those things, I guess we can hang out. But
Oh, see, she's leaving it up to you. Do you want more miniatures, or you want to sit here and paint? Golly gosh. We could do it. Oh, that's a terrible place for that. Hold on. We're just gonna sketch this on.
man, I know we did some tattoos on what was it? Was it Blob?
Yeah.
We should really do a painting freehand tattoos stram at some point.
Like just a whole like how to do tattoos, how to
Yeah.
like think about your tattoos, and then
Where they should go and
how to apply them.
mm-hmm.
If people want to see that, I don't know.
Bloodfist says they'd love a tattoo stream, so I don't think we're super far off base.
How's that look? This is like it reads as Barbara, right? There, we got a little barbara around his arm. That's what it's about. That's what it's about, kids. We're calling it done. Well, he's not done. I got a little bit more work I got to do to him. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for hanging out. Get ready for the Earth's Mightiest core set. It's coming in October, right? October? You said it earlier, so I'm just repeating what Ann said. So if I'm wrong, it's Ann's fault. Sorry, Ann.
Uh-oh.
Under the bus. Remember, every Tuesday and Wednesday, we hang out here, except for yesterday. We didn't do it yesterday. We had things happening. Tuesday and Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can check us out right here on Twitch. We do Atomic Mass transmissions live. We hang out, we paint, we answer questions, we hang out, we talk. You should tell everybody about it. And then for all the latest news, information, and announcements coming from Atomic Mass Games, check us out on Twitter and our Instagram. That's where we're going to be posting the schedule for Mini Extravaganza. I'm betting pretty soon. You should join us for Mini Extravaganza. It's September 14th, 15th, and 16th. It's 3 days of non-stop streaming from Atomic Mass Games. We're going to be talking about lots of cool stuff. You're going to be seeing a lot of people working in the studio. We're going to be interviewing them, answering questions, painting, doing stuff. It's going to be fantastic. So put that on your calendar, put it in your phone, get a set a reminder, and you can check us out then and hang out and be all kinds of fun. Woo! I needed a drink on that one. All right, so until next time, go be heroes and go be Crossbones. Get tattoos. Barbed wire tattoos, why not? Bye. Barbed wire tattoos. Barbed